Buenas tardes, good afternoon from a very cloudy, windy and cold day here in Buenos Aires. I am currently in San Telmo, the old town cobblestone area here of Buenos Aires in which I'm staying, and not far away from here is probably the most famous area of Buenos Aires. An area, or a neighborhood I should say, which is renowned for its street art, tango, football and petty theft. It is a very, they say, sketchy neighborhood, poor neighborhood, one of the poorest of the cities, and one of the most dangerous to visit on your own, especially at night time. And it's late afternoon now, and as I'm carrying my camera with me and I'm on my own, I should be quick now to do so, but let's do it. Vamos a La Boca. Let's go. Check out San Telmo, guys. Old town Buenos Aires. La Boca has a very interesting history, a pretty unique history actually. It was the first place where slaves from Africa landed in Buenos Aires. And then in the 20th century it became a melting pot for immigrants from Europe and Asia that flocked to Buenos Aires. When the years passed by, La Boca became known as a working class neighborhood and one of the more poorer areas of Buenos Aires, and it remained like this. But the people of La Boca have a reputation, and always had a reputation, of being a quite rebellious bunch. Rebellious against the upper class and the leading class of Argentina and Buenos Aires. In fact, La Boca even declared its independence on several different occasions from Argentina. One of which lasted from 1923 to the 1970s. They declared their own micro-republic here in Buenos Aires. La Boca is also known to be the original birthplace of tango. So if you are into dancing, then tango might be one of the reasons why you come to Buenos Aires, and then of course this area also has to be visited by you. And of course La Boca is also renowned for its street art. It's very colourful street art. It's a very interesting neighbourhood. And most importantly, La Boca is known among football fans for its famous football club, Boca Juniors, of course. On the major downside though, La Boca is also renowned to be one of the most criminal and most dangerous areas here of Buenos Aires. Would you look at that? Now as we're approaching the bad area of town, the sun is lurking out from the clouds. Check it out. Maybe we're arriving on the bright side of town, who knows? But so far looks alright though, if you ask me. Check it out, guys, the sun has come out. The sun might be brighter here in La Boca. And guys, just as I'm saying this, straight ahead of us lies the most famous part of La Boca, and probably of Buenos Aires, the heart of La Boca, the heart of the working class, and the heart of football in this country, the home of the biggest football club of Argentina, arguably the biggest football club in Argentina, and one of the biggest in South America, in arguably the world. And check out these surroundings surrounding the stadium. Man, I'm loving it. And here it is, guys, just ahead of us, La Bombonera, the home of La Boca Juniors, the Boca Juniors I should say, the legendary stadium of Boca Juniors. Diego Maradona himself played in this stadium. I'm lost for words standing here. As a huge football fan, I'm lost for words standing here, walking around here. I don't know if you guys can catch it, but check out this old school, magnificent vintage stands here, the old school terraces of La Bombonera. Check it out. I hope my camera picks it up. Man, this is heaven on earth for any football fan on earth. The heart of La Boca. And we've stumbled upon it immediately after arriving here. Check it out here, all the fan shops. A few days ago we was at the River Plate Stadium, now we're here on the other hand of the city. A few days ago we were in the posh area of River Plate, and now we're in the working class area of La Boca, next to La Bombonera. ¿Yo? ¿Hablas inglés o inglés?
Solo eso, where are you from?
Okay. Yo soy de Luxemburgo, Europa.
Sos el primero que conozco, por eso te pregunté, porque te veía.
Sí.
Te pregunté.
Sí, porque es el estadio más guapo para mí en Buenos Aires.
Sí.
Ya vi el estadio de River Plate es más grande, pero el River Plate es más moderno. Aquí es más estilo y todo.
Boca, 1940.
1940.
River, 1978.
Sí. Mucho más
World Cup
moderno.
Argentina.
Sí,
World Cup Argentina, 1978.
Yo quiero entrar, pero es imposible para mí como turista. Como turista es imposible porque...
Sí, tenés que ir a la puerta y hablar.
Sí.
Lo que pasa es que ahora está en reformas, trabajando, work. Sí, antes de la pandemia podías entrar. Después de la pandemia no repusieron la visita. Es una pena, pero es la mentalidad de los que están ahora. La mentalidad de los que están ahora. La directiva.
Sí.
Es una pena.
Es una pena.
Así es. Amigo.
Entonces, amigo.
Gusto.
Boca.
Mucho gusto.
Chelsea, amigos.
Chelsea. Ah, bien ahí. Bien ahí.
Boca.
Un gusto.
Buen día.
Cuídate.
But check this place out. It's all about Boca here. Well, before coming here, I didn't really know what to make of this place because, for once, it's one of the most popular places here in this city to visit for tourists and locals. But on the other hand, it's also how shall I say it, a sketchy, dodgy, dangerous neighborhood. And yeah, everyone tells you, and you tell them, and here's the Popo driving past us. Everyone tells you, and you ask them about La Boca, that you should watch out, that you should be careful walking around there as a foreigner. But so far, it seems all right. I mean, maybe I'm not in the dodgiest streets of La Boca, but yeah, check it out. Wow, look at the stadium from that angle, man.
Sí, te podés parar y yo te tomo una foto. A mí.
This neighborhood, apart from this legendary, big, huge, massive football club, is obviously also renowned for its passionate, working class people and its street art. And here's a good example of it. Check it out. Boca, del barrio para el barrio. Boca, from the barrio for the barrio. The people here are really passionate. And when I mean passionate, when I say passionate, I mean truly passionate, like religiously passionate about their football club and about their neighborhood. This football club is the heart and soul of this working class neighborhood. And check out Big Diego again here, another mural of him. He recently passed away, of course. Hay calendario para siempre. We always have to support you. Boca es pueblo. Boca is the people. It's quite impressive though, the impact that football can have on a neighborhood. I mean, this place right here is surely one of the most touristic streets in whole Buenos Aires, in the entirety of Buenos Aires, in the entirety of the city. But it is in a neighborhood which you shouldn't visit on your own, in a neighborhood which is deemed dangerous. I need to get away from the music which is blasting here before I get copyrighted. And yeah, one of the most touristic areas due to this massive football club. In the middle, inside a dangerous area, a dangerous neighborhood. The people that work at my hostel told me that in La Boca there is like, your safety depends from street to street, from block to block. Because it really is one of the poorest and sketchiest areas here in Buenos Aires, but also one of its most significant, due to which is right behind me, as you can see, La Bombonera. It's a shambles that I can't get inside, because I'll be leaving Buenos Aires soon and heading to another place in Argentina, and I'll explore more of the country. And now I'm just walking through La Boca. Just walking through this very interesting neighborhood here. My first impressions though are, feels really different from the center, really different from the old town, really different from the rather posh northeast of the city, different from Chinatown obviously. It's full of street art. And the people, I mean, the few people I've talked to so far seem quite friendly though. I mean, yeah. Often in these areas, often in the poorer areas, in the poorer neighborhoods, people are a lot more talkative. But one thing I can tell you guys is that when you plan to come to Buenos Aires someday in your life, don't come in winter, come in the summer, come in January, February, those months. Might be a lot hotter, but believe me, it's better when it's hot. Well, that's my personal point of view. It's better when it's hot than when it's flipping cold, because right now, wow, it's flipping cold. It's like 10, 11 degrees or something. It might not look like it on camera, but it's actually really cold. I underestimated this a bit. And the worst thing is, I'll be heading to some even colder places in the next few days. Dodgy dogs. Dodgy doggos of La Boca. Hello. Bien. Dale Boca. No. River. Oh, lo siento. Pero qué hacen aquí? Pero qué hacen aquí?
Vivimos.
Ah,
acá.
ok.
Vivimos. Vamos a ver, imagínate, vamos a pasar
Entonces
acá,
vosotros están extranjeros acá, River acá.
River, sí.
Somos
Pero
italianos.
minoridad acá.
No, 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 acá mi grupo de amigos somos todos de River.
Ah, ok.
Sí, sí, sí.
Ok.
Hay varios de River.
River.
Somos muchos de River acá, sí, sí.
Ah, ok, no sé.
No porque
Yo
sea la
creía
Boca
que-
o no porque esté la cancha de Boca, son todos de Boca.
Ah, ok,
No,
ok.
no.
Yo creía que River es en el norte. Todo
Queda
lado.
allá en Núñez.
Ok,
En Núñez, por La Plata queda casi.
ok.
Sí, sí.
Y aquí también mucho River.
Mucho
Sí.
River, sí, sí, muchísimo.
Mucho River.
Mucho,
Pero
mucho.
más Boca y mucho River también.
Sí, sí.
Entonces
Por-
cuando hay el derby es muy caliente acá.
Ah,
Eh.
cuando es super clásico.
Sí, sí,
Ah,
solamente
sí.
hinchada de Boca y no hay
Sí.
River Boca.
Sí.
No hay más hinchada de River.
Ok,
No, no, solo de Boca, solo local.
ok.
Local porque mucho quilombo. Sí, sí, sí. Esta es la cancha de Boca, nosotros justo
Sí,
vamos a
yo
pasear por
fui,
ahí.
yo fui
Ah.
ya.
Dale, papi.
Dale,
Suerte.
papi, suerte.
Nos vemos.
Well, guys, that was funny, innit? I said Daya Boca, and they were River Plate fans. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know this. I thought this area was full of Boca fans. I thought River Plate was the rich area club, you know, the posh club of the city. But it's not the case. That guy just told me, that River Plate fan just told me, they are living in this area here, and they just told me that here in this area there are also loads of River Plate fans, and that he and all of his friends are supporting River Plate. They're a River Plate gang. So here in La Boca, there is a majority, of course, of Boca Juniors fans, but not only, there's also a small minority of River Plate fans. And so I guess when the derby, the Super Classico as they call it here, is going on, I mean, this area must be on fire. But that was funny. I said, come on Boca, and it happened to be River Plate fans. I could have got myself killed there. But you see guys, this is what I always say. Here in Latin America, whether you're in Argentina, Mexico, Colombia, wherever you are in Latin America, people are fucking friendly. Much, much friendlier than back in the West. I like it. I really like it. There's just not a lot going on. I guess it's like everywhere in the world. It's now about 5 p.m. The sun is starting to go down a bit. I think it's like everywhere in the world in these areas. It is starting to get dangerous when the sun goes down. I think when the sun goes down this could be, I wouldn't say dangerous, but a bit sketchier, if you know what I mean. But yeah, check it out. This is basically it. This is La Boca. Let me see. This is La Boca. Yeah, this is the dangerous area that I was told not to come to, and that I was told to watch out and to be careful in. And yeah, it's full of cameras as well, I see. So far, there's not much going on here in La Boca. The only thing we have seen so far is the legendary stadium, the heart of the neighborhood, and some legendary people. So, to any one of you guys thinking about coming down here to Buenos Aires and being reluctant about visiting this area because people are telling you that it's dangerous and stuff and that you should be watching out, you can come here. It's not dangerous. People are friendly. Of course you need to be careful as always as a traveller. I mean, one piece of advice I can give you guys when you travel, whether it's in a safe area, in a deemed safe area or a deemed posh area, I mean, something can always happen to you. In every city and in every country of the world, every day something can always happen to you. But if there's one piece of advice I can give to you, when you travel at night or during the day, try to have a second phone on you, which you can take with you to take pictures, and when you go out, for instance, or when you go to a sketchy area. So that when you get robbed or when you lose your phone, it won't be that much of a drama, you know what I mean? Because I've got a second phone on me, an iPhone 4 or something, with currently an Argentine SIM in it, and I don't really care about that phone. And my real phone with my crypto and my bank account on it is always saved up, locked up in my hostel or my hotel whatsoever. And yeah, this is what you should do. Those are the precautions you should take when you travel. Whether you're going to a sketchy area or not, always have a second phone on you. And leave your real phone and most important things back at home, at your accommodation. Acá es peligroso o no? Porque la gente en el centro, San Telmo y todo.
Es peligroso San Telmo. ¿O no?
¿San Telmo?
Sí.
En San Telmo la gente dice que acá
¿Que acá es más peligroso?
Y tú dices...
Yo vivo acá y capaz que el turista tiene que tener más cuidado por una cuestión, ¿entendés? Esas cositas bonitas que no se ven acá tanto.
Sí.
¿Entendés? A mí me llamó la atención tan chiquitita, por ejemplo.
Obvio.
Y por ahí, viste,
obvio.
el ratero está tácate y
Sí.
corrió.
Pero se puede pasar en todos lados.
Sí.
Para mí, yo
acá,
soy...
acá hay mucha policía igual por una cuestión de que está rapidito.
Sí. Aquí hay más policía que en San Telmo, porque
Sí.
yo soy en San Telmo en un hostal y San Telmo no es tan seguro.
¿Ah, vos estás
tampoco.
viviendo acá?
No soy en un hostal en San Telmo.
Pero hace
Sí.
un tiempo que estás.
Sí, como 5 días.
Ah. ya tenés. Ya viste todo, estás conocido, digamos, de la zona.
Ah, sí. No, soy
Pero
caminando.
bueno, pero
mucho.
como todo, pero yo soy de acá y también ando con cuidado, ¿entendés? El celular no ando, así.
Sí, sí.
Pero así es toda la Buenos Aires, ¿no es? En la Boca, ¿entendés? Es en un barrio más adinerado, y Belgrano, Palermo, y te pasa lo mismo.
Sí, sí.
O más, porque saben que hay gente más adinerada para robar, ¿entendés?
Obvio.
Acá es
en
como más
todos
humilde.
lados. Sí.
Es más humilde el barrio, entonces hay menos para robar por ahí, pero en sentido de tecnología te hablo, ¿viste? En todos lados hay que tener cuidado,
Sí. Todo el tiempo.
todo el tiempo. Por eso, tener cuidado con...
Sí, sí.
Estás muy
Obvio.
muy papando mosca, como decimos
Obvio.
acá. ¿Entendés? Porque
Obvio.
pasa una moto y te hace tácate y ya fue.
Sí. Pero eso es más en la noche que en...
Y, por ejemplo, acá en esta calle, y sí, no hay nadie de noche.
Sí.
Por ahí hay un policía, ¿eh? Te puedes doblar antes, pero vos decís caminito, como preguntaste a mí, para allá te van a decir.
Ok, como 3-4 cuadras.
Sí, así. Bueno,
Ok.
amor, un gusto.
Buen amor.
Amor.
Un gusto. Buen
Chao.
día. Ciao.
Chao.
Gracias. And she said that at night, La Boca might be more dangerous, but during the day, no. Because here at night, everything closes down, you know. The Barrio is living through the stadium here, through La Bombonera, and also through a very colourful square that I am approaching now before heading back to my hostel. And yeah, at night time, these things are obviously closed and there's no tourists around here. And then the Barrio is kind of dead. The streets of the Barrio are eerily quiet, as you say, and then it is quite dodgy. But in San Telmo, a few years ago, San Telmo, by the way, I didn't tell you the area in which I'm staying there for a reason, obviously. First of all, I like staying in the old town when I go to a huge city, and San Telmo is the old town of Buenos Aires. And second, it is the cheapest areas for tourists, for visitors to come. It is San Telmo is the area with most hostels and the cheapest accommodation, the cheapest hotels, the cheapest hostels. Much cheaper than other popular areas such as Palermo, which is like the nightlife, posh area, or the Santa and Palermo, the other popular areas for tourists to stay are much more expensive. And yeah, most tourists, especially backpackers, and people that stay in hostels, most budget travelers like me. I wouldn't consider myself a classical backpacker, even though technically I am, but I'd rather refer to myself to as a budget traveler. I have a more or less $10 per night budget to sleep per night, and yeah, for a person like me, St. Elmo is the place to come and to sleep in at Buenos Aires. And I also like the neighborhood, but at night my neighborhood gets kind of sketchy. It is also a rather poor area, and I can imagine that what the lady says is true, that St. Elmo is not safer than La Boca, even though people say it is. And yeah, she was also telling me that a few years ago a tourist got killed in St. Elmo, of all places. Street football in the Barrio. Right guys, I guess this is it. I guess this is the right place, a good spot to end the video and to end this exploration of La Boca, of this very interesting neighborhood here, of this very interesting barrio here in Buenos Aires, the most famous barrio of Argentina, arguably. And it's a very interesting place. It has been an interesting afternoon. It wasn't as dangerous as people told me it was. It probably is a bit more dangerous at night time, I guess. And I wouldn't recommend coming here at night time with a camera. But on a personal note, the only thing we've seen was the legendary stadium, La Bombonera, and some legends, some people. Hola. Bien?
Bien, ¿y vos?
Sí, bien. Soy de Luxemburgo, Europa. Sí. So, the only thing we've seen was friendly people, legendary people, and some interesting street art, some cool kids, a market here, some tourist rip-off cafes, and of course the legendary stadium. So, I reckon when you come to Buenos Aires, you should definitely check this place out. Come to La Boca. Adios amigos, I'll see you in the next one, somewhere else in Argentina. Adios. And here guys, I've spotted the husband of the woman of my dreams up there, holding up the World Cup trophy in this famous building here, this seemingly very touristic building here. Check out this line of tourists lining up to take a picture here. Anyway guys, see you in the next one, somewhere else in Argentina.